Palantir just shattered expectations, not just tech analysts, but entire governments. CEO Alice Karp warned that the US-China AI race will have only one winner, and he's lining up massive new defense deals behind the scenes. This isn't just speculation, it's happening now. Here's why this matters and why Palantir can only go up from here. Before we start off, please feel free to subscribe to the Uplift Markets newsletter, where we provide personal AI insights and AI-powered trade setups straight to your inbox. Palantir has hit an all-time high, nearing $141 after strong demand from U.S. government contracts. As well, the company has seen a $217 million Space Force contract, which was awarded in May for critical AI war-fighting data systems. CEO Alice Karp has been warning that the US-China AI race will have only one winner, urging urgent Western action. As well, in the most recent news in the Senate, lawmakers are pressing questions about Palantir's IRS quote-unquote mega database controversy. Now, here's why this matters. This isn't just PR fluff. It's national security. Palantir isn't just selling software, as we all know, it's building the AI intelligence backbone of government warfare. From military logistics to Space Force systems, these contracts are longer-term, recurring, and backed by geopolitical urgency. Its stock is up nearly 90% year-to-date, and it isn't slowing down. Analysts like Loop Capital raised targets to 155 amid this momentum. Now you might be saying, well, the stock is way overvalued. How can I play this? Well, let's look at a daily chart of Palantir. As we can see, we are firmly above the 50 EMA, which is this yellow line, and the 200 EMA. Showing that we are in an uptrend and that buyers are winning overall. Something you want to note here is that the stock has been seeing an intense upward move. We haven't touched the 50 EMA at all, showing how intense the buyers have been. But I really want to analyze here this anchored VWAP from the swing high, right? We crossed above it here on approximately earlier on, around 95. At that close, the average short participant was losing money, which prompted the stock to only go higher, right? It actually found support at the 200, bounced higher, and is now moving towards the upside. Now, the stock broke above the high that it had, around $126. That area was broken quite well, and we came back and tested it, and we've been bouncing from that area, showing that now it's an area of support, which we will mark it now as green. Over the next couple of days, I expect Palantir to hold above its breakout anchored VWAP, which has been holding quite well on these pullbacks. As you guys can see, on these areas of support, every time we came back, we dipped, we fell below, buyers came in, we dipped, buyers came in, right? So this is an important VWAP to keep track of, and it's also forming confluence, as you guys can see, with the overall 50 EMA. So I'm expecting that if the stock decides to pull back, this will be a nice area or confluence zone where it will be a nice momentum to buy the stock at this area, whether it be through options or with shares. We have price targets for Palantir towards the $150 level and the $160 level. You may be asking, how did this come to this conclusion? Well, we simply use Fibonacci retracements and measure how much of the move has been done after the pullback that we saw after this intense sell-off. So we simply plot that on, and we see that it's doing 100% of its pullback move, where we can find possible resistance at the 160. That is the next price target. And it would do twice the overall pullback towards the levels of 219. So to sum it up, the stock is extremely bullish. I would ideally like to find support around this area of 125, 126, around this confluence zone right here, which is forming from the 50 EMA, yellow line, the breakout anchored VWAP, and this prior area of resistance that was forming towards the upper price target of 160 and longer term $220 price target. The company has been seeing nothing but strong earnings and future revenue growth. We can also look at the overall options put to call ratio, which just gives us a general idea if there's more calls or more puts. Calls being bullish, calls being bullish, and puts being bearish. So we simply scroll down and we see that over the next expiration dates, the call volume is way higher than the put volume. So there's more bullishness over a couple dates. But we see all the way until the 18th of July that the puts are bigger than the calls. So at this area, we may see some form of consolidation or pullback of Palantir at around this date before we only go higher, because the call volume is higher than the put volume and we will only see upside from there. So overall, don't sleep on Palantir. We've got a legitimate growth strategy backed by national security and mainstream headlines. Hit subscribe to catch these live trades before the rest of the market catches up, and join me daily for real-time setups. As always, if you like this video, feel free to subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and as always, stay uplifted and don't let the markets whip you guys out. I'll see you guys on the next one.